Hi, welcome to onlinecomputerlearning.in. Today's session will be on Windows 2008 Server Enterprise version Active Directory Services. As you know, for any corporates or any big or small organization, Active Directory service is a must for centralized and most convenient administration of the backbone of IT infrastructure. Nowadays cannot think without having an efficient Active Directory structure as its backbone. If you are new to computer, if you are new to IT and you don't know what is Active Directory structure, please refer to our previous demo online training sessions which are available on onlinecomputerlearning.in. There you will be able to learn the basics of Active Directory structure, its benefits, its features, and how it can help any organization irrespective of its size to manage and grow. And Active Directory will provide the organization a very flexible, strong, centralized and easily manageable infrastructure for its IT, information technology and computer network. Once again, I thank you for visiting onlinecomputerlearning.in, your one-stop shop for all your basic as well as advanced computer learning. We provide two kind of service. One is, if you are like me who are very busy and you don't have time to learn computer software and new technologies, and you don't have time, and or you have time but you don't want to spend money by traveling to a nearby or far away computer class, then onlinecomputerlearning.in is your friend who can help you to learn all high-tech technologies of IT at the ease and at the comfort of your home. You just need a computer or a handheld device through which you can access internet and visit onlinecomputerlearning.in and just subscribe or see the free training lessons to learn the hotcake IT software right now in the market, and be prepared to join a big company within a few days. And I assure you that you will learn the most basic as well as most high-tech advanced IT software and the tips and tricks to become a knowledgeable and efficient and an efficient computer literate. So please make use of your time at onlinecomputerlearning.in by gathering the knowledge that we provide free, as well as you can subscribe to our technologies and can have access hundreds of online training just by paying 200 per month. And if you are like those students who love to interact with a teacher in an homely atmosphere and one-on-one interaction and physical interaction, then please come to us and call us at 9874730 I repeat, if you are in India and if you are in West Bengal, just call 9874730 and book your seat. And You will get all the necessary advanced and basic knowledge about computer and IT industry, IT technologies, which will help you to get ahead in your career, as well as you will learn the necessary operations tips and tricks that will help you to grow in your career in IT world. As well as if you are not in IT world, but if you are somewhere related or using computer technology, you will get the advanced knowledge to get ahead in your business or in your work and in your daily life as well. If you are a housewife, if you are a retired person, still you will be able to make use of our learning courses very effectively and can make your life very smooth by the use of IT technologies with help of our online IT training video lessons. Okay, now let's start with today's lesson on installation of Windows Active Directory service on Windows Server 2008 Enterprise version. Why the installation is important? You might be thinking, this is just a basic, anybody can do it. Please remember and please note, this is from our 15 to 20 years of industry experience throughout the world. We bet you that if you are not planning properly and if you don't know how to install Active Directory properly on the first place, we assure you and we give you 100% guarantee that within few days or in long run you will face enormous problem with your Active Directory, and you have to spend sleepless night to rectify those problems if you don't install Active Directory properly at the first place in your organization or in your computer. So if you think Active Directory installation is just a basic and you don't need to learn it, then please change your thought, because it will definitely help you to make proper planning and will help you to be a successful administrator going forward. We are at Windows Server 2008 logon screen. This is presently a member server and it is connected to the workgroup environment. That means no domain is installed on this particular network. So we are going to install Active Directory on this brand new server, brand new Windows 2008 Enterprise server from scratch, so that you will learn how to install Active Directory from scratch, so that it will be easy for you at any environment to install Active Directory smoothly. So press Ctrl Alt Delete to log in. Here I will give the local administrator password, and this password I had given while installing Windows Server 2008. If you don't know how to install a Windows Server on a Windows Server hardware, please refer to our previous video training, which you will find on the index on the homepage of www.onlinecomputerlearning.in. We encourage you to go through those free video lessons to learn about Active Directory features, which has been explained in very detailed manner, so that you have all the necessary knowledge before using this product of Microsoft, which is a winning product for Microsoft, and major share of IT industry use Active Directory as their core backbone infrastructure of their huge organizations. You will not be able to see what I have typed for security reasons. In practical, what happened if you are an administrator of your organization, when you will be at your server room, if it is not too much secured, or if you have somebody from the desktop side or who is not a technical person and not a team member of yours, they may not have the necessary privilege to log on to server for security reasons. Not only for security reasons, it is the best practice that only few people and few authorized administrators should have the privilege and permission to log on to server to make necessary changes as and when required. So if somebody is standing by your side, he or she should not be able to see the password which you are typing as the administrator of this server of your organization. After this, just click on the enter button or press enter on your keyboard to log in. So I have been authorized by the system and I have been able to log on to Windows Server 2008 Enterprise. Now I'll show you how to install Windows Server 2008 Active Directory on this box. There are several ways to install Active Directory. One is a DC promo command line, and the other way is to click on this initial configuration task to configure your server. Go to add roles. When you click on add roles, it will give you the necessary options to go ahead. You can see the initial configuration task is analyzing your environment and trying to give you all the necessary options to configure your server, through which you can actually configure your network infrastructure of your organization. And please remember that it will be a logical infrastructure of your organization, as well as it will have large impact on your physical layout of your network infrastructure, which you can learn from our previous video free lessons. We encourage you to subscribe to our video lessons. I know there are several so-called big organizations, I don't want to name them for business purpose, who will train you on these things by allowing you to sit in their classroom, which has centralized AC, and you will feel very much welcomed and all, but they will also cost you 10,000 or more Indian rupees, which is your hard-earned money. My intention here to give you more than that, whatever they will give, but at the cost of only rupees 200, which people spend on smoking on a daily basis, might be, to get the necessary knowledge. Now your question will be, why you are doing that? If you are so much efficient, or you could charge us 10,000 bucks or more like the others are doing. You see, if that is the case, then I could have joined them as a teacher, and I could have earned 1 lakh per month. Now my intention is not there. I have learned this knowledge in a hard way, so I want you to learn this, and also it will be beneficial for me to reach more and more number of students and interested professionals throughout the world who will be efficient administrator or efficient computer literate with help of our training courses. Since I am not providing you AC, I am not providing you a very glorious photo of a woman, so I have not spent any money on those gorgeous things to create a classroom just to give you some gimmick and to convince you. If you are interested to gain knowledge and to go get ahead in your own career, those things should not matter to you. Okay, this is my opinion. That is how I had grown in my whole career and got uh, according to all the top business companies so far. So I think it is a proven method to learn the knowledge by spending the less amount of money and at the comfort of my home and whenever I want to learn. Through our courses you will learn anytime you want. It is not like those companies which will allow you only for 1 hour in their classroom and by giving only a little knowledge and then drinking water and then your 10,000 gone and you actually did not learn anything, and after 6 months if you want to know what is there, very frankly, being a human, you will not be able to know that. But with our course you will learn that. You can see that by yourself. Don't believe on my word. Subscribe and see the difference. Okay, now this ad roll wizard has gathered necessary knowledge and it is telling that that you can get ahead, and it is giving you some tips that before you continue, verify that the administrator account has a strong password, which we have. The best practice is to have at least 8 character password with one caps letter from A to Z, one small letter from A to Z, one numeric letter that is from 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, any of the letters or more than that, and at least one special characters like exclamation mark, alternative sign, hash sign, dollar sign, and and sign, pound sign, and like that. So it will give you a strong password so that hackers cannot guess it very easily and also cannot use very easy tools to break it. Then it is telling the network settings such as IP addresses are configured. Please remember that for servers you should always use static IP addresses and not use DHCP, that is dynamic host configuration protocol assigned dynamic IP addresses, because this is a common sense that server are those computer boxes which provide services to the clients. So if the IP address get changed after 8 days of default time, or maybe before that, if you have configured the DHCP scope in your way, then the client's computers will not be able to find the computer in that particular IP address, and your main purpose of creating a server to serve your clients will not be served, and there will be chaos in your organization which might lead you to search for a new job. Okay, so now the latest, it is also so always use static IP addresses for your servers. This is a tips, please note it down on top of your mind. The latest security updates from Windows updates are installed. Please ensure that for security purpose and to fill the loopholes that comes with the out of the box of Windows Server basic operating system. So now from here you think all the 3 points are okay, click on next. Now here there are several necessary services are there. All services might not be necessary for your organization based on your business need, but most of them are very much necessary. Like I was discussing about DHCP server, dynamic host configuration protocol enables you to centrally configure, manage and provide temporary IP addresses and related information to client computers. Like DNS server, as you know, domain name system server. This DNS domain name system server provides name resolution for TCP IP networks. DNS server is easier to manage when it is installed on the same server as Active Directory domain services. If you select the Active Directory domain services role, you can install and configure DNS server and Active Directory domain services to work together. This is very important, and as we have discussed in our previous video trainings, please go through it. We encourage you once again to learn detailed to get detailed information about Active Directory and to enhance your knowledge before you install Active Directory on your organization or in your computer. So the DNS server. So one more tip is that always make a domain controller, a DNS server. That way you can avoid single point of failure. And since DNS zone will be integrated with Active Directory zone, then Active Directory integrated DNS server infrastructure will provide you the necessary efficiency for the zone replication among DNS server, which will enhance your efficiency of DNS service in your whole organization and Active Directory infrastructure. So what I will do now, I will click on the DNS server that I want a DNS server here. Once you click, it will try to gather necessary knowledge, and it is telling that without a static IP. So see, I deliberately did it so that you can see what is the impact of not having a static IP address. You can see that no static IP addresses were found on this computer. Installing DNS server without a static IP address is not recommended. Just few minutes back, as I told you, because if IP addresses changes, clients might not be able to contact the DNS server. You should quit the wizard and set a static IP address before installing DNS server. Hope this is clear to you. Now click on cancel so that we can give a IP address. Prior to that, I was telling you how to install domain controller. So here I want to install Active Directory. So I will click, suppose with the wizard I will do it. So I will click on this Active Directory domain services to install the Active Directory service on this Windows Server 2008. Just for your information, prior to Windows 2008, in version Windows 2000 server and Windows 2003 server, Active Directory was known as Active Directory Services. Now in Windows 2008, although the service is same, the name has been changed to Active Directory domain services. That is, from ADS it has become now ADDS, Active Directory Domain Service, but the main concept and main function are almost same, with some enhanced features in this Active Directory Domain Services on Windows Server 2008. So I am going to cancel it, and I'll show you how to install the server with DC promo command. Before that, we will create a static IP address. We will assign a static IP address to this Windows Server 2008. We are cancelling it. It is asking whether to cancel. Say yes. And or if you are installing Active Directory domain services from this wizard, just continue with that. So I am not continuing, so I am just minimizing it, and I will give it a IP address. So for that, we have to go to Start, Control Panel, or go to directly to Network. Here I will show you how to install the IP address, how to give a IP address. Come to Control Panel, Network Connections, and click on the local area network, and click on the and right click on it and go to IP protocol version 4. Here we are using. So go to properties, and here I am giving a IP address like 192.168.54.2. I have chosen a class C network address here. and preferred DNS server is this one only. We will make sure that we install DNS server on this computer. .2. Now click on OK and close. Okay, so here you can see that we have used the IP addresses of class C, and we have given a static IP addresses, static IP version 4 address as required for the DNS server as well as Active Directory service. So now we will use, as we told that as per the best practice of industry, we will use this server, this domain controller, as a DNS server as well. So we have given the preferred DNS server, this server itself. So now we have made necessary changes, so we are closing these dialog boxes. Okay, now we are ready to move ahead, and you can see that you can contact us at 987473046, and this domain name we will give as onlinecomputerlearning.local, and the host name we will use as DC2GC BLRW2K8. This is the standard that we follow, that what type of server, what is the location, and which operating version of operating system is being used for this domain controller, and contact the administrator or the trainer for any requirement at any point of time, if you have any question or you need any help. This number is also our training classroom training subscription number, so you can call this number at any time, any day, to get help and get subscribed. Okay, so let's go ahead now with the command DC promo. So we will go to a command prompt by typing command. Also we can go to a command prompt directly by start and going to command prompt, sorry. And now we are exiting from here, and now we will start a DC promo. We will start, and we will press enter on the keyboard. You can see that the process has started, and Active Directory Domain Services is analyzing the necessary settings, and binaries are being installed. So we should wait, and the Active Directory Domain Services installation wizard will open automatically once the binaries have been installed. I have kept the DVD, Windows 2008 Enterprise DVD, on my DVD-ROM drive on this server box, and it is now reading the necessary binary files from that source, installation source. So let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, now it has installed the necessary binaries from the DVD, and the Active Directory Domain Services installation wizard is asking us whether we should continue with the normal mode or whether we will continue with the advanced mode. There are a couple of options, the advanced options or advanced type of domain controller that we can make use of while we use the Active Directory domain services on Windows Server 2008. Sorry for my voice. And so at this moment we are not using the advanced options, so we will continue with a normal mode of installation. And please look forward to our RODC installation and RODC discussion training video, which will come up later today. And please keep visiting www.onlinecomputerlearning.in for more videos and more advanced videos on installation of RODC and how RODC can help you. During that time we will discuss about the advanced mode of DC Promo and Active Directory installation. So for now, let's get ahead with the Active Directory domain services installation normal mode. So click on next. It is asking the operating system capability that improved security settings in Windows Server 2008 affect older versions of Windows. Here we can see that why it is for the problem. Actually, it used SMB security mode, which is not compatible with earlier version of Windows NT4 server. And also the best practice is to use Windows Server 2008 Active Directory domain services infrastructure only by using Windows Server 2008 domain controllers, which are actually in a practical situation is not possible, because many times due to the licensing cost and all. So please try not to install, not to have any Windows Server 2003 prior to that, prior to Windows Server 2003 servers on your Active Directory domain service Windows Server 2008 infrastructure. So as you can see that this is telling that Windows Server 2008 domain controllers have a new, more secure default for the security settings named Allow Cryptography Algorithms Compatible with Windows NT4. These settings prevents Microsoft Windows and non-Microsoft SMB server message block clients from using weaker NT4 style cryptography algorithms when established security channel sessions against Windows Server 2008 domain controllers. As a result of these new default operations or applications that require a security channel serviced by Windows Server 2008 domain controller might fail. Platforms impacted by the change include Windows Server to the Windows NT4, as well as non-Microsoft SMB clients and network attached storage devices that do not support stronger cryptography algorithms. So it is better to have any version after that, or if you are using Microsoft Vista as your client, have Service Pack installed or more on your client machines. So let's go ahead with that. So now it is telling whether we want to join an existing domain in an existing forest, or we are going to create a new domain in a new forest. So as we promised you that this will be a new installation for you, so that you can follow the same steps while creating new infrastructure in your organization. So please click on this, please select the create a new domain in a new forest. Here it is asking the FQDN, which stands for fully qualified domain name of the forest root domain. That is your that is the domain of your infrastructure. Here there are a couple of best practices to choose a domain name. So we strongly encourage you to see our Active Directory videos, our previous videos on Windows Server 2003 Active Directory infrastructure, which is available on our website onlinecomputerlearning.in. Please go through that. It is a long video and you will get very strong efficient tips and tricks about Active Directory and how to choose a FQDN which will allow you for a smooth transition and smooth operations of your Active Directory infrastructure, which as we have already discussed it and that training is available on our website. We are not going to give you the same tips and tricks here also, so that it will not kill your valuable time here. So we are going to choose the name as online computer learning dot local for our internal Active Directory infrastructure, and then click on next. So it is checking whether the same domain name is available in our in our network infrastructure. If not, then it is verifying the NetBIOS name. So NetBIOS name is necessary for the previous clients. So it is telling that either accept the whatever it has chosen, the 16 character name, or you can give as per your wish. So for a better look, we are deleting the L character, and we are keeping our name as our NetBIOS domain name as online computer only. But please remember that our fully qualified domain name for our Active Directory infrastructure here will be online computer learning.local for internal Active Directory infrastructure, and our outside infrastructure is online computer learning.in, as you know. So please remember that that whenever we are creating a new infrastructure and creating a new domain name in our network infrastructure, can you tell me that if you know what is the FSMO role, that which FSMO role comes into play and ensure that there is no duplicated domain name in the infrastructure? Okay, if you have thought that it is the domain naming master, then you are right. The domain naming master is the FSMO role holder of your organization. It is a forest-wide role which will ensure that there is no duplicated name duplicated domain name exists in your whole infrastructure. So this Active Directory domain service will check with your domain naming master FSMO role, and it has found that there is no duplicated name, so it has allowed to create a new domain, that is new domain with a domain name online computer learning dot local. Here it is telling that which is the forest functional level you are going to use. So the available is Windows 2000, Windows 2003 and 2008. But the best practice is that if in your infrastructure you don't have and you are not going to use any of the server from Windows 2003 and Windows 2000 server, then always go with the highest forest functional level, that is Windows Server 2008, which will give you all the features, all the advanced features available under Windows Server 2008 forest functional level. But if you have Windows Server 2003 in your infrastructure and you will be installing one, then go with that. So we are assuming that we will use at least one server for our legacy applications and legacy clients. So we are selecting Windows Server 2003 as our forest functional level. You can see here the wizard will tell you what is the function of each of these type of forest functional level. When you choose Windows Server 2008, it is telling that you will be able to add only domain controllers that are running Windows Server 2003 or later to this forest. That means you will not be able to add Windows Server 2000 or Windows NT server to this infrastructure once you install this Active Directory, because you cannot go back. You can go upward to from Windows Server 2003 to Windows Server 2008 later after installation of Active Directory. So just for your information, I am reading it out. The Windows Server 2003 forest functional level provides all features that are available in Windows Server 2000 forest functional level, and the following additional features: linked values replication, which improves the replication of changes to group memberships, especially the universal groups; more efficient generation of complex replication topologies, that is KCC. If you don't know what is KCC stands for, it is a knowledge consistency checker which creates the links between the domain controller in a particular domain or in the intra-domain infrastructure. And also the forest trust, which allows organizations to easily share internal resources across multiple forests. any new domains that are created in this forest will automatically operate at the Windows Server 2003 domain functional level, as I told you. So click on next. It is telling that the following features are available at the Windows Server 2003 domain functional level. Here also you can, as you can see that since you have chosen Windows 2003 at the forest functional level, you will not be given the option to choose Windows Server 2000 in the domain functional level. So you can understand that, as I told, universal groups feature is there, group nesting, group type conversion, security identifier history, constraint delegation, which an application can use to take advantage of secure delegation of user credential by means of Kerberos authentication protocol, and last logon timestamp updates, etc, etc. So we clicked on next. See, we have told, as you know, that Active Directory needs a DNS server, domain naming system server to be in place for the name resolution, and it is tightly integrated with Active Directory. So, and since this is a new forest and domain infrastructure, there is no DNS server previously installed, so it is asking us to whether it will add the DNS service with with this the domain controller itself, and the best practices to create to make all the domain controller as a DNS server also. So we are going to choose DNS server. Check the box DNS server. That is, we are telling that please make this domain controller as a DNS server for this Active Directory domain services infrastructure also. So this will be our first DNS server for our Active Directory infrastructure. You can see the RODC feature is not available here. It is because, as I told while installing and while running the DC promo command, that we are not using the key /adv. So this option has been grayed out. We will, in our future RODC video lesson, we will show you how to make use of this feature and how to install and what are the benefits of using RODC. So click on next. It is telling that the computer has dynamic IP address assigned. You can see that yes, no, I will assign static IP address to all physical network address. Click on that and then click next. So you have to go there and give a IP address. This is a static address. See, here it is actually telling that obtain IP version 6 address automatically. So one of the internet protocol actually using DHCP. So we are not using IP6, so we can just omit it and click on close. So we are making sure that all the static IP address are enabled and there is no DHCP enabled IP address for this box. So click on next. See, this time you can see that it is not giving you the error message that the network adapter card has the dynamically assigned IP address. Now you can, as you have learned now just now from here, that how to stop that error message. See, since this is a new DNS server and this is a new infrastructure, there is no existing DNS zone, authoritative parent zone exists. So we are telling that it is a new and please go ahead. And so it is telling that if you are integrating with an existing DNS infrastructure, you should manually create a delegation to this DNS server in the parent zone to ensure reliable name resolution from outside the domain online computer learning.local. Otherwise no action is required. So here no action is required since it is new. Say yes. Here it is telling the for better performance and recoverability, store the database and save it. We are using the same since our infrastructure is small, and this is for the demo purpose. So what is there are three things are important. One is the database, that is the ntds.dit file, which is the Active Directory database file ntds.dit, which is stored under c:/ntds, and then ntds.dit you will find, and then the log file and for Active Directory and the sysvol directory. The sysvol directory is what actually gets replicated in Active Directory infrastructure among the domain controllers through the replication process, so that at any point of time clients can get the sysvol directory service. This sysvol directory actually contains the logon scripts, log off scripts, and all the automated scripts that the computers and user profiles will run, that we implement through the use of group policy. That if you don't know what is group policy, we will learn in the future video lessons. So for now, we are accepting the default folder location for database file, log file, and the sysvol folder. Now here you will need to give the directory services restore mode admin password in case that the Active Directory get crashed or something got deleted. Then to recover and restore those, you need to make the special use of your directory service restore mode. So give a strong password here with the 8 character, as I have told earlier. Now click on next. This is the summary. It is telling that review before making the changes to schema and all. See the review selections. We are okay. Configure server as the first domain control, the new forest. Absolutely correct. The new domain for is a online computer.local. This is the name. This is also the name of the new forest. The netbus name will be online computer, as we have selected. Forest functional level will be Windows 2003. Domain functional level will be 2003, which we can upgrade later to Windows Server 2008 if we want. And the first site name is default first site name. What is site, that we will tell afterwards in a future video. It is a detailed discussion. Please note that site is a physical boundary of your Active Directory infrastructure, and with the efficient planning of site, you can make efficient use of your replication bandwidth, your internet bandwidth, and you can save lots of money for your organization to the efficient use of site and internet bandwidth consumption. So click on next, and as soon as you click next, the Active Directory domain services installation wizard will write necessary registry entries and all the necessary. It will create the DNS service server and all, as you can see on the screen. So let's see, and once it is once the wizard completes, then we will show you what we can do with Active Directory to some degree. Here you can see that it is telling that waiting for DNS installation to finish. That means the Active Directory domain service is now installing the first DNS server on this domain controller, and which will be the first domain DNS domain naming system server for this online computer learning.local domain and online computer learning.local forest as well. Here you can see that the Active Directory domain service installation wizard is configuring the group policy management console. For if you are new to Active Directory, just for your information, quick information, that group policy is a very strong service and feature of Windows Active Directory service, because with help of this group policy implementation in your Active Directory, you can be the god for your organization, because by sitting on your chair you can control all your 10,000, 20,000 or 1 lakh or more than that server throughout your organization, throughout the world. With just one implementation of group policy, you can control the look and feel of your client desktops, and you can control how the desktop will look like throughout your organization for the branding of your organization, as well as you can control what kind of administrative local privilege your desktop users will have with just implementation of one group policy object with the group policy management console. That we will also teach you in our future video lessons. And if you want an immediate knowledge actually which will help you to get ahead in your career, please subscribe to our online videos by calling us at 98747304556, or please write to us at contact us at onlinecomputerlearning.in with your name and details, and to subscribe just for rupees 200 per month. Now you can see that it is configuring and creating the directory partitions. There are 4 directory partitions in Windows 2008. That is application directory partition, domain configuration partition, domain partition, and so we will discuss about all this in our future video lessons also. For now, please concentrate on this installation part of Active Directory Domain Service on Windows Server 2008 Enterprise version. Okay, now the installation, the Active Directory Domain Service installation wizard has completed the Active Directory Domain Services installation, and it is telling that Active Directory Domain Services is now installed on this computer for the domain onlinecomputerlearning.local, and the Active Directory domain controller is assigned to the site default first site name. This is the name of your first site. The name itself is default first site name. Don't get confused, and you can change it afterwards. We will show you when we will tell the features and efficiency of site in our future video lessons. And you can manage sites with Active Directory sites and services administrative tool. We will show you once it is installed. You can see now it is telling that you must restart your computer before the changes made by the Active Directory Domain Services installation wizard to take effect. We will install, and I will continue with you once the server gets rebooted. Now we can see that Windows Server 2008 Enterprise version is getting rebooted, and last time you might have noticed. If not, let me remind you that last time it was a member of a work group. We have now created our first domain, first forest, and first tree. The name is onlinecomputerlearning.local with the Active Directory Domain Services installation wizard. And now, so this server is a member of Windows, the onlinecomputerlearning.local domain. Let's wait as the server is getting rebooted, and it is getting ready with all the Active Directory services. Okay, now here you can see that Windows Server 2008 Enterprise version is getting rebooted, and as I told you that the server and the Active Directory is applying the necessary computer settings and starting the DNS service for this infrastructure, and as well as starting the browser service for this Active Directory infrastructure. And just for your information, that the browsing service is not the Internet Explorer or the Mozilla or the Opera or the Google Chrome browser. Here the browsing service means the Active Directory infrastructure browsing service, through which the client computers can know where a particular network resource, that might be a printer, that might be a server, that might be a scanner, is situated in the Active Directory infrastructure. And with help of that, you can also search for the network resources. So this, and for your information, please note that the FSMO role, that is the PDC emulator, actually acts as a actually take care of this browsing services for Active Directory infrastructure. Please remember, if you get a question in your interview that which FSMO role takes care of the browsing service of Active Directory infrastructure, your answer will be PDC emulator, that is the primary domain controller emulator FSMO role holder. This is for your knowledge. So let's this computer apply the things and let's get rebooted. See, it is applying the necessary security policies, domain policies and all. Okay, now the server has been rebooted and we are at the logon screen. So we are pressing Ctrl Alt and Delete. Okay, now we can see here it is giving the name, that is the online computer. Can you tell what is online computer? Okay, if your answer is online computer is a domain, actually it is the domain. The fully qualified domain name is onlinecomputerlearning.local, and but the NetBIOS name is a 15 character that we have chosen by omitting the L, which was actually the 16 character maximum you can go. So here we have chosen 15 character and we have given the name online computer for the NetBIOS name of our infrastructure. So it is giving that name slash the administrator name, that is the administrator user for this domain. So online computer is the NetBIOS name of the domain, which has a fully qualified domain name onlinecomputerlearning.local. Hope you have understood that. Now I am logging as the domain admin for this domain. See, it is using the user profiles, necessary group policy objects associated with a particular site, domain, organizational unit, or the administrator. So it is also preparing your desktop, as I told you a couple of minutes back, that with help of the group policy feature of Active Directory, you can change, you can modify, you can control the look and feel of each and every desktop. That includes the servers also. Just the click of your mouse at from your desk, without leaving your desk, you can control the whole organizational look and feel of the desktops. Okay, now the server has been rebooted, but can you tell me the difference? The difference is, previously it was a part of the work group, there is no domain. Now we have installed Active Directory domain service or Active Directory service on this infrastructure, and this is our first domain controller, which has a host name of dc2gc-blr-w2k8, and the domain name, fully qualified domain name, is onlinecomputerlearning.local, and the NetBIOS name of this domain is online computer, as you know now. And the administrator contact and the trainer contact details is given. You can call us anytime if you have any doubt or you want to enhance your knowledge. We will be happy to help you. Okay, now so we can see that domain has been installed, and how you will understand that, go to start, go to administrative tools. You can see that the three major and most important tools of Active Directory management has been installed on this domain controller. That is Active Directory domain and Active Directory domain and trust, Active Directory users and computers, and Active Directory sites and services. So through it you can understand that this is the first domain controller of our Active Directory domain services infrastructure, which we have installed now with help of the DC promo command prompt wizard on this server box. So you can see, you can go to users and computers. We will have a detailed video training on these tools, but for now, for your to get you head start, after you click on the Active Directory users and computers tool, it will open the Active Directory users and computer management console, the MMC, and here you can see, if you just you can see that our domain name is there, online computer learning.local. If you expand it, just expand it, go to the domain controllers, and you can see now the domain controller is there. You can see the domain controller is there. So the operating system is showing as Windows Server 2008 Enterprise. Service Pack 1 is already installed. And this is telling that it is in the site of default first site name. This is the name of the site itself, and there is this by default name, and it is also a global catalog server. So what is global catalog? For your information, global catalog is a special type of domain controller which has ntds.dit file, ntds.dit file, which is the Active Directory replication file, and the domain controller, which is also acting as a global catalog server, will have the details of all the objects throughout the forest. It will have all the object information about its host domain, that is, it will have information about all objects of its parent domain, that is the online computer learning.local, and it will also have information about all the objects across all the domains of this forest. But it will have the most common properties of those objects, but it will have details of all objects across the existing forest, across the network of your organization. So if you go to the NTDS properties, if you go to the properties, and you will be able to see that it is the properties of this domain controller. Go to NTDS settings. Here you can see that it is also a global catalog. If you don't want this computer to be global catalog, just uncheck this checkbox, and it will not be a global catalog afterwards. So now we have a global catalog, and we have first domain controller and the only global catalog of our infrastructure, and we have our first we have created our Active Directory infrastructure with the fully qualified domain name onlinecomputerlearning.local. If you want to see the FSMO rules for your example, you can go to this thing. You can click on this domain, and you click on the operation masters link, and you can see that it will show that which is the operation master, which domain controller holds that operation master role for that particular. As I told, the PDC emulator, PDC primary domain controller, PDC emulator is take care of the browsing service. It also take care of the network time protocol, that is the synchronization of time across your organization. It also take care of the password changes for all the user and computer objects for that particular domain. So any if you change if an user facing problem after changing the password, then before denying that particular user, a domain controller will always check with the prime PDC emulator FSMO role holder domain controller, because it will get the information before all other domain controllers in that particular domain about the password changes. So, and for your information, it will also take care of the network time protocol, which uses the UDP port 123, and it takes care of the network time synchronization across the domain. So you can see it the same. This computer is only, this domain controller is only the RID, PDC, and infrastructure master at this moment for this domain. Fine. So so now you know how to install and what are the features, and you also know some best practices about the Active Directory domain services on Windows Server 2008 Enterprise Server. I hope this video training session has been very informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing this video on our site onlinecomputerlearning.in. We hope that you will find other previous online computer learning videos informative and helpful for your career. Please keep visiting and please tell your friends about it if you think that they will be also helpful, and tell your students or anyone you want to share your knowledge. And I hope that you have gained some good industry knowledge from our training sessions. And if you want to subscribe to all the video sessions to get ahead in your career, please call us at this number given 987473046 at any time, any day. To subscribe, it will cost you only 200 rupees per technology. Please visit our site onlinecomputerlearning.in for more information, and please write to us at contact us at onlinecomputerlearning.in. That is, contact us at onlinecomputerlearning.in. Hope to see you and hope that it has been informative for you. Thank you very much once again for your valuable time and sharing the knowledge with us.